Extrinsic motivation occurs when we are motivated to perform a behavior or engage in an activity to earn a reward or avoid punishment. An example of this would be participating in a sport to win awards. Intrinsic motivation involves engaging in behavior because it is personally rewarding, essentially performing an activity for its own sake rather than the desire for some external reward. An example of this would be participating in a sport because you find the activity enjoyable. Due to the increased interest in intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, a couple of major theories arose. These theories include self-determination theory, incentive theory, cognitive evaluation theory, and organismic integration theory. This is just to name a few. Some theories focus more on one than the other. For example, self-determination theory focuses more on intrinsic motives. The intrinsic side of motivation theory still has its pros and cons when put into application. When it comes to the pros, intrinsic motivation is associated with more prolonged fun and enjoyment. Also, one does not need to depend on others for the motivation to learn new skills. One can also be seen to have less performance-related anxiety. On the con side, it can be easily undermined by extrinsic rewards such as money. Finally, due to intrinsic motivation being largely focused on just enjoyment, one might not be serious enough about the gain.
Why are you running? Are you doing this for world peace?
Are you doing this for the homeless?
Are you running for women's rights?
Or for the environment?
Or for animals?
They just couldn't believe that somebody would do all that running for no particular reason.
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running.
When it comes to extrinsic motivation, it is often seen in a negative light, yet there are still pros and cons to this type of motivation. Starting with the cons, it can be perceived as controlling behavior. It often is accompanied by increased pressure and tension. Also, extrinsic motivation can lead to over-justification. Now, on the pros side, it can provide initial interest to get involved in a sport activity. And finally, it can increase intrinsic motivation if delivered in the right way. While extrinsic motivation is not typically the preferred form of motivation, there are still several practical applications for its use. The important thing is the meaning associated with extrinsic motivators, such as rewarding for hard work and effort, as in the case of an Olympic medal. Extrinsic motivation can also be an excellent way to create initial interest in an activity, as long as it isn't perceived as controlling long-term behavior. In summary, extrinsic motivation can be useful, but tends to be maladaptive for long-term activity commitment.
So I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined. And I'm just here so I won't get fined.